Okay, this should be recording. I want to say hello everybody, hi and welcome. Thanks for joining me once again, okay? Okay, what I've been doing, okay, is I've been working on another one of my animated cartoons, as I say, because I spend a lot of time when I work on art and animation behind the scenes. I do a lot of stuff. I don't always film it up, I don't always show you what I'm doing and stuff, but I do a lot of sketching. I stay awake till crazy times in the night, early hours of the morning, you know, it's just crazy. Whenever I get free time, I really work hard on the art and animation, and I'm not great. I don't see myself as great, but I'm practicing, you know. I've got a lot of cartoons I want to do, like animated cartoons and stuff I want to be bringing forward and hopefully coming very soon, okay, just constantly, all the time, you know. And I do from time to time make some comics as well, from time to time, little comics. I practice a lot of different kinds of styles and inspiration. I get inspiration from stuff I see online, like various artists, and also I just try and come up with my own stuff, you know, my own ways of doing things, methods, and that's a good thing, you know, with art and music. And please excuse me, it's just gone midnight. But yeah, as I say, it's like whatever, you know, really, it's all the same. It's like anything, really. Anything can be your own expression, you know. It's your own expression. Art, if you're an artist doing art, then, you know, it's your own expression. You are by all means the artist, and it's okay to call yourself that. You're an artist at what you do, you know. So you're a musician. If you're a musician, you know, you wouldn't feel, you know, bad about saying it. You don't need to compare with anyone. You're an artist at what you do. The art of music. You can create music however you wish. You can exercise, you can do martial arts, you can do writing, you can write a story any way you want, you can cook food any way you want, you know. It depends if you like it. If you like it, that's what matters, okay? Because, you know, you can spend your whole life trying to impress people or trying to live up to other people's expectations, and that's no good, you know. So it's real wisdom in it, you know, in understanding yourself. Like, you should wisely enjoy this life, and it should be a relaxed, inspirational, enjoyable process, you know, thing in life. So when you are inspired by what other people do, and then inspired by what you do, good or bad or whatever, you should use everything to inspire yourself to do further, to go further. But it's not always about going further and pushing yourself necessarily. Yeah, you need to practice, but it should be a whole enjoyable process constantly. So you're constantly doing what you enjoy, you know, just enjoying doing it. Okay, so I want to say, basically, I want to just say that, you know, so I've been working on this animation. What I'm gonna show you. Just earlier on, I uploaded another video. An art video, and in the video you will see that I was working on a storyboard. Storyboard being like, as you can see, like a set of panels here. I just made this one myself. People who make movies, you know, and anything of a movie or a cartoon, they will have a storyboard like this set up first, where it's basically they're all at the same size. It's not like a comic strip, it's not like that exactly. It's just each panel represents a screen. The screen, you know, when you're looking at a movie. So there'll be a movie scene, and what are you going to see in that very scene or that very shot? You know, each scene is broken into shots, right? So it could be a single shot, it could be multiple shots. But anyway, just in picture form, what we do is do a very rough sketch, and you can put more detail in. Same with my storyboards. Sometimes I have more detail in some of the pictures, sometimes I have just stick figures, literally. So you can work with stick figures, you can write annotations, you can write notes, you can sketch, but the idea is to have just enough information to show you what is going to be seen in that scene. Things can change later on, or you might come up with a different way of doing things. Even when they make movies, you know, they film different shots with various different camera angles sometimes, and they may get another angle that they like that might be slightly different to the storyboard, but that's okay, you know. but it's about plotting your story out in visual form. So in just simple images just showing the exact same thing, what it's going to be like. Two people sitting in chairs, like, you know, if you've seen The Matrix, you'll see Morpheus and Neo sitting in chairs side by side. In another scene, you know, the guy's hanging from a helicopter, and, you know, all kinds of crazy scenes, like the dojo fight scene. You got him when he's fighting multiple Agent Smiths with the pole, you know, in the second one. Things like, so you'd have scenes, and you'd imagine these scenes, right? Cool scenes. Some would be close-ups, some would be far shots, indoor scenes, outdoor scenes, you know, internal, external, close shots, mid shots, far, long-range shots, you know, and you could write information on them and stuff like that. So when we're doing a cartoon or a comic, I mean, you could do a storyboard for anything. If you're creating some fiction or some kind of story, you know, as I say, it could be anything. If you store a plot for an idea for a computer game or something, you know, a movie, a TV show, a cartoon, a game, even a book or a comic, even a written writing. You know, if you wanted to, you could literally, you know, draw pictures to help you, like with your writing. If you were writing a story, let's say a novel. Anyway, I'm talking too much here. You know, recently in the last video, sorry, just getting back to what I was saying. In the previous video, in one of my previous videos, I showed you this. Like how I'm working on a cartoon, and these are some shots here that I did, rough sketches, very rough as you can see, but they convey some detail. You can see some figures and some close shots, some far shots, and for different scenes that I want to be in this cartoon. Okay, I'm not going to tell you the details of it or anything right now, but we'll see how it works out. Another one is this. This is one I was actually working on. You'll see it like in a sped up a time lapse video where I was actually drawing all of this. That's another one. What I'll do is I'll use these for reference, you see. So this is not the finished art, you see. What I'm doing is I draw over this. I'll either draw over it or use it as reference and draw beside it, whatever. I'll use these shots. If they're unusable, like if I'm literally using real crappy, such simple stuff like stick figures, I mean, even some of these images are really bad, but I'm just saying that I will actually just draw from that as a reference, look at it and then try and draw better art. But some of these I can actually use, like some of these I can like draw over and do a much better version. Like what I'll do is I'll turn it down like faint, like very light, you know, I'll put a coloured background behind it so I can see what I'm doing, you know. And I'll draw on top of it, you know, to do better shots. And what I'll do is I'll work out which scenes are going to have animation and how that's going to be done. Are they going to be rigged characters? I won't go into too much detail on how to animate stuff. I'll carry on that. I'll explain that in other videos. But you can have like simple things like motion comics style animation, where you have like flat pieces, like these two characters here, a man and a woman, and this guy and girl walk in. I could have these as simple flat pieces just cut out, you know, just moving, walking away from us, just bouncing up and down, and like from close, and then they get smaller as they go further away. We can't see the legs, but you know, or just across the side from side to side sort of thing, or at an angle. I could like put a little bit of movement with some rigging so they kind of bend a bit. But then for other scenes, like fight scenes and stuff, I may want to have more animation, like things moving. Let's say I wanted to have this woman here with her hair blowing in the wind, or even this guy's mouth talking when he's talking, or even two characters fighting. Let's say it's a crazy fight scene which I'm about to be planning, I'm going to be working on next. I'm going to start working on a fight scene. Then for that we're going to have to do frame animation necessarily. You don't have to, but for certain moves I want to have some frame animation. Another example of frame animation, see, it depends. I mean, this one I want to have a frame animation. This is where the woman's going to run and she's going to jump off the side of there. That's going to be frame animation, I imagine it to be. Another example, just really quickly, is in the first shots there, with this last scene here, with this and the guy's walking away. This guy on the right, he's going to walk from left to right and walk away. That's going to have some frame animation. Okay, now these are some more pictures I did leading up leading up now to the fight. Okay, these guys are going to fight, these two. He's going to fight with this big guy. Okay, so you know what I'm basically planning to do next is I'm basically going to plan to do some frame animation, and what I've got is I've got a setup here. I've just opened a new file project in Critter. Okay, this is Critter, this software, by the way. Let me just show you just really quickly. If I was to open up really quickly, if I was to open up SketchUp just really quickly, really quickly. Oh, excuse me, my computer's doing funny things. Excuse me. I really hope it's still recording, but yeah. Bear with me, okay? It should be still recording anyway. Should still be recording. But we do need to check that shit out. Hold on. Come on, man. Are we still? Yeah, we're recording. Are we recording? Click to stop recording. Okay, it's still recording. Good. Good. Okay. So, where was I? Yes, let's go back to what I was doing. Okay, so back to here, then going down. I'm going to find a thing here. Hold on, where is it? 3D models. Yeah, so before I showed you these like grids and stuff. I showed you this grid before in another video. You can check the video out. I'm going to just show you this one now, just really quickly. This one again. I've got a few different ones actually. I don't know why I'm showing you this one. I should show you another one actually. In fact, I will, just for quickness. I'll turn this off. Hold on. I want to show you another. I've got so many 3D models and stuff here too. Like, you know. Where is that thing, man? It's not. I'm not trying to show you a model. I'm trying to show you because these models can be used. Don't forget too for certain things. But I'm just going to show you another grid. Where the hell is it? Hang on. Not the one. Oh, this one. It's right. This one here. It's zoomed out. Okay. 3D scene. Okay. This one. Okay. I made these. I say to help me with this stuff. You know. So is this the one or not? I don't even know if this is the one, you know. Is it? Yeah, it is the one. It is the one because it's a block. I can see it's not a flat pad plane. Okay, zooming in. So basically, from here, I've got this texture that I found online, just a grid. I just put in, made a massive block. It's not a flat plane. I just brought it up a little bit so it's like an actual block. Now from here, I can make like scenery. You know, I can make a square. Bring this up. I've shown you this before in other videos how you can do this stuff. You know, I can do this. I could take a screenshot and I can draw over this, you see. So what I mean is I could literally make this a table, or these could be, you know, buildings or whatever. I could do this, and you see how it keeps the lines on because that's the texture I'm using for everything. I don't have to do a lot of detail. It could just be really simple stuff, you know. I could have this here. I could do like a doorway. I don't have to draw the whole room with the walls and the ceiling. I can just draw that in later when I'm doing my actual show. But if I wanted to make a show, let's say a scene, I could do that. Turn the camera. I could draw somebody walking through the doorway, somebody else sitting here at the table, or you could jump up and kick the other guy in the head, kick the doors through like John Wick and start shooting everybody up in the room. You know, jump up, hold onto the door and do a split kick to kick two guys in the head. See, I'm always thinking martial arts and action because I love all that, you know. But there could be a sign up here, someone could be reading a sign, or a doorbell, you could be pressing that outside. You know, you could do anything, see. So holding control and pressing Z, see, on the keyboard to get rid of these just quickly. But you see what I mean, you can build up a scene. What you would do is you'd take a screenshot of these images, bring them into your art software like Critter, and then you'd come back in, you'd draw on top of that, basically draw your actual real art. Make it like very faint so you can see what you're doing. Make the screenshots look faint and brighter, and that, you know, and then just draw on top. So it looks like almost like you've got a sheet of tracing paper like you're looking through. So it's not like, you know, overpowering, not clashing, and that. Anyway, my point I was going to say is that I was thinking about the perspective, like for certain scenes, like those scenes I just did in my storyboard were okay, that it was all roughly done. They were drawn from my mind totally, and it is quite hard to do that for perspective, especially if you're imagining all these different fight moves and stuff. So a tool like this is quite useful to help. What I could do is I could come in here. I don't necessarily have to have figures, like 3D figures, you know. You can bring 3D figures in, but you can't pose them either in this. I'll have to use another software for that. But I was going to say what I could do is just take similar screenshots. I could put this up here like this, okay, and that could resemble a person. If I wanted to, I could have two. Let's say, I could have two people. They could represent two people. They don't look like people. They look more like two skyscrapers, right? But still, you can imagine here. Look at the angle. See, I could get a camera angle. I can have that there, okay, and I could literally zoom in. And I could have that, like someone could be standing here, and I could have another angle, maybe they're looking down like that, the other guy's walking up to the other guy, and he kicks him or punches him, and I just draw on top of these two here. I just draw on top of them, and I make stick figures or whatever first, or similar to what I just showed you in Critter, but I would do actual characters, and I'd draw them in properly and draw over that and make them fight. And I think this is a very, very good way of doing things. I really do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate this without using this, but I'm going to try to. Okay. I'm going to show you something in a moment. I may have to stop this video and continue in another video, okay, because it's pretty late. People going to be going to sleep soon, but I'm going to make another video, and I'm going to be not talking in the video, but you can watch what I'm doing. Creating art and stuff, okay. I like to do these behind the scenes. I don't want to spoil anything, but I like to share what I'm doing. Not all of my art is great, but I like to show what I'm doing, okay. And I hope it inspires you the same way I get inspired by very good artists online. I'm going to practice a lot of drawing and painting too. I'm always drawing, I'm always coming up with new ideas. I like to do cartoony stuff. I'm inspired by anime, like some more serious stuff as well, But anyway, let me just say I'm going to show you another style quickly. Go into Window and go to Styles. You can choose another style, like a pencil, one like this if you wanted to. Something like this. I've shown you this before. See, this might help you for more simple, so it's not too overpowering. That kind of thing could actually help. You could draw over that. They could even be buildings. I could draw a road and draw things there if I wanted to. But what I want to show you is another thing, just really, really quickly. So I'm just going to go to a new one quickly. Just turn this off for a minute. What I'm going to show you is you've always got the perspective, okay. So you're basically working with the perspective. I don't have much time to talk here now. I've got to go, okay. But let me just finish what I'm saying. I could have a ball, but because we don't have a ball handy, I'm just going to use a cube, okay. Make this square into a cube, and I'm going to move this up, okay. I'm going to select the whole thing, and I'm going to move it up higher. Now that could represent any point. This could be a point. This could be someone's head. Let's say two fighters. Someone's going to punch the person's head. So I could draw a character striking this from any angle, and we can see when I move the perspective, you can see that line in the back there from the green grass and the blue sky. Let's just say that line there, the horizon line. When it's lower or higher, you see more. You can see the angle that it's giving. That horizon line there is giving different, when I'm turning around and I'm going up and down, the important thing is where that horizon line is, and how far zoomed out or zoomed in we are from any angle and turned around on the different axes here, and that's basically all you want. So you could have various points like this. This is a point basically. This represents a sphere. This could represent a head. It could represent a body. It could represent a doorbell on a door. It could represent a computer screen. It could represent any kind of target. It could represent something that a character is punching or kicking. This could be someone's chest. And you can imagine now me drawing stick figures or like sketchy. Excuse me, that was an accident. Sketchy figures, and using this. To help the targeting, and then what I would do is in the real thing I would draw the characters fighting, and I would not actually have this visible in the background. Obviously I would draw on top of it and make this is a good way to set up some angling as well. And now my point is, okay, before I finish this video, I just want to say my last thing to you is, I have a goal. My goal is this, right? This cube we're using is representing just a point. This could very well just be a silhouette. It doesn't even have to be detailed. This could be a circle, it could be an X, it could be any kind of mark here. Look at this square we're looking at here, this cube. If we can understand that as a 3D form, even if I was to just draw a quick scribble, like a little splodge there, a circle or something, in my art software, I can get basically the same thing. Let me just show you very quickly. What do we have? Okay, let me turn off the axis just so we can see quickly. All you have is an understanding where that horizon line is, if it's low or high, and let's just say this cube represents a character's head, okay? So he's standing there, okay? Now, I can draw that from any angle. I don't even have to draw a shape. Let me just show you very quickly. I can draw a line, you see, and I can do a mark. It could be higher, it could be here, it could be closer to us there, it could be there. And if we understand that by moving this, see, up and down, we've basically got what we need. So, and understanding those lines like we had already, like perspective and stuff, and then using things like a grid as well. Let me show you in my art software here. That can also help. I could actually turn this in my art software, like this, and that could also help. See, I could use that, or use various things, you see, to help moving around, you know, and then that could also help. We've got a lot of rulers and different things also, by the way, in this software, this critter, okay, this art software. I'm sorry, I need to go now. I can't talk to you for much longer. I need to go, okay, because there's people coming in. But I'm going to say, okay, look, quite late now. People are going to get ready for bed, you know. But you know what I'm saying? Can't keep your family up and stuff. But I'm just saying, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm not trying to talk about this grid exactly. I'm just saying, you know, we can still replicate with just a simple line and a mark representing this cube, which represents a mark anyway, and we can have draw characters and have them actually aiming at something, because the point is you want to know where your ground is, where your perspective is, and where the characters are standing and how they're fighting. Sometimes the important thing is the scenery, like I just told you, like climbing over a table or whatever they may be doing, walking through a door. But sometimes you can just draw a simple background in the background after it, and the most important thing is the fighting, just the moves or the action, or the action in general of what the characters are doing. It could be simple gestures or just movement, or it could be fighting or jumping or whatever, you know. So these are things that I'm just trying to work out anyway. And anyway, you can work with this. You can just draw pictures as well and do your drawing and your painting. Just practice is all I can say. Thank you for watching this, and I want to say thank you again to the subscribers. Quick shout out to a few people, of course, Jacket and Jack Bailey, okay, you guys, and everybody who's been leaving comments recently. I'm not going to say all your names because I need to stop the video now, because I just have to go, okay, but I'll make another video and say hi to you all again. Thank you very much for all your kind messages. Talk to you again soon.